The moon. It's setting.
If I know my legends, that means you're due for a transformation. Just as I thought. As soon as you realize what's going to happen when the moon goes down, you split. Sorry, pal. You're not getting off that easy. Suddenly you've caught my interest with that pendant thing. And there's no way I'm letting you slip out of my hands until... Looks like I forgot about that knock on the head you gave me a couple of hours ago in Jameson's pad. Oh, my head. Come on, Parker, you've got to snap out of it. You've got to think. Where have you seen that pendant before? Where? Where? Where?
This is my son's apartment. All I can do is pray that I'm wrong. John? Son? Are you there? Blast it, boy! Answer me! Oh, dear Lord, that costume! I'd recognize it anywhere. It's true then. My son is Man-Wolf. John! John, wake up! I demand an explanation at once!
Dad, is that you?
Of course it's me, John, and I'm alone. Now, will you tell me what's happened to you? What sort of insanity?
I wish I weren't insane, Dad. It'd be easier to accept than this.
For a moment, J. Jonah Jameson stares at the man he calls his son, and when he speaks again, his voice is softer.
Tell me, John, please. I want to help.
If only you could. There's nothing you or anyone can do. This is my nightmare. I've got to get out of it myself, just as I got into it all by myself. It all started 6 months ago at Cape Canaveral with the takeoff of a special unscheduled moon flight. It was the same as the previous public moon flight in every way, that is, but one. I found something on the moon's surface, a rock. Strangest rock I'd ever seen. Right then, I was determined that it would be mine. Back on Earth, I had a friend who worked in the quarantine center. The little coaxing, I got him to borrow the moon rock from me, and I had my rock made into a pendant, and I took to wearing it around my neck. Didn't think about it at first until one night, I was taking the turnpike up to New York for a late dinner date with my fiancée, Christine. Something happened to me, something inexplicable. That's funny. Suddenly I feel tired, exhausted. It's not getting enough sleep. Either that or it's this blasted night driving. It wasn't the night driving. It was the moon. A sudden light touched me. I glanced up and it was then that it began. The pendant, glowing. Something about the moon. Lord in heaven, what's happening to me? Every month since then, I've been transformed, and to date, none of my efforts to stop that transformation have succeeded. Not even the radiation suit I had made to cut out the lunar rays. The first night I wore it, last night, the suit came apart, just like my chances to see this madness through alive.
Don't talk like that, son. It's obvious you haven't thought this out at all. Why not just take off the pendant?
Don't you think I've thought of that, Dad? I've tried to remove the stone, but it's too late. It's grafted itself to my skin. Permanently.
7 hours have passed. 7 hours! And now it's time to get on the trail of the man-wolf! In another part of the city, at that certain brownstone, we find...
It's not like John to ignore a date. I hope he isn't sick. He's been acting oddly these past few weeks. Huh. That's funny. And I can hear the bell ringing upstairs. And if that isn't John up in the window, I need glasses. He wants to pretend I'm not here? All right. I'm not here.
And upstairs!
Now it's your turn, Dad. Better leave. Something changes in me when I become that thing. I want to hurt the people I love. Like Christine. And like you.
Now, son, if you're trying to tell me the reason you attacked me was to kill me, that's utter nonsense. You wanted my help. Don't you see that, John? And you couldn't stop yourself. Your animal self from...
Meanwhile, a few blocks away, Spider-Man starts on his moonlight journey. Hurry, Spider-Man! Hurry!
Great what a good night's sleep can do. I almost feel like myself again. Now what was going through my mind? A pendant. A pendant! Hey, wait a minute. My subconscious must have been working overtime, because it just put 2 and 2 together and came up with 4. That costume the man was wearing. It wasn't fabric. It was some sort of insulation material. The kind used on spacesuits for astronauts. And it just hit me who I know that has an astronaut son, and who was attacked by a werewolf in astronaut clothing. Jonah Jameson.
A quick glance in the Manhattan telephone directory tells our hero what he needs to know, and so...
Maybe I'll have some good luck for a change. Bingo! Looks like I've hit the jackpot. It's the man-wolf. Here we go again, Wolfie. This time I have a theory to try out. It's my guess that pendant is what's making you a werewolf, and so it has to come off, even if I have to... tear it off!
Spider-Man, what's happening to him? He's changing.
Dear Lord, I didn't realize the pendant had grafted itself onto his skin.
The transformation begins. The identity of the monster becomes apparent. All too painfully apparent.
John, son, are you all right?
He's just fine, Jameson, now that this thing's off him. Better get him to a doctor, though. Fast.
A doctor? But the publicity!
Publicity? Your son's life was at stake, not to mention the lives of people he might have killed. Let's hope we stopped him in time.
Johnny, are you okay? Mr. Jameson, is he okay?
Answer her, Jameson. Tell her everything's real swell. Maybe someday you'll even begin to believe it yourself.
Spider-Man, wait!
Save it for the papers, Jonah. Save it for tomorrow.
And so ends another adventure of the amazing Spider-Man.